We want to offer something into the gestalt consciousness of this group of people, something that you can build together if you choose to build it together. It can be done on an individual basis, or couples can do it. That said, it's rare that it's achieved within an organization, and you folks have the potential to do this if you so choose, if you understand what we're about to say well and clearly enough. You have, though you may not have recognized it, you have been together architecting the shared collective consciousness of the WSS. You have been building this with care and love and precision and compassion and forgiveness for the last 59 weeks or longer. That gossamer architecture of loving, kind, caring, spiritual intention may seem fragile, and it's incredibly powerful in its effect in the world. That agreed upon set of tenets, values, ways of being together, of speaking, of communicating, of consciously collaborating, that incredibly nuanced architecture of organizational culture that you folks are designing for yourselves, among yourselves, in your team of teams, that generated construct can be incredibly resilient. And what we mean by that is this: if we bring in 2, 3, 4, or 5 other organizations in the near future, and they come in with loving intention and absolute zealous forcefulness to bring their message to us, to ensure that we hear them, and they dial the volume up to maximum so that we just can't miss the message, out of fear that we might not care enough to listen, or out of fear from having interacted with other groups that they won't be either loved, heard, respected, understood, or valued or validated. We can together architect an energy construct that says we can absorb that pressure gently. We can decompress it. We can be a shock absorber to it without judgment of it. We can be receptive, caring, appreciative, validating, honoring, respecting towards every dimension of what they present. We can receive the truths and the incredible gifts that they have to offer us that are beyond description and knowing in this moment. And we would not be defined by that relationship interaction. We would not simply be imbued by their karmas. We would facilitate them in filtering out any negative karma as they arrived and post their arrival, simultaneous to receiving their gifts and offering our gifts to them freely. So we would all benefit, and we would not be the brightness of the light and quality of consciousness that we operate from would in no way be diminished by their participation. It would be brightened. And their quality of consciousness would be brightened by their collaborative participation with us. And anything that we were carrying that we didn't know we were carrying that became visible in this collaborative process, we could heal, clear, dispense with, or let go of. And anything that they were carrying in negative karmic terms that was not going to serve the mission and vision of the WSS could be defined, understood, looked upon dispassionately without judgment, and consciously, discerningly transmuted, transformed, educated, supported, facilitated, healed, or let go of. And as they grew closer in this diagram to the core of the consciousness of the WSS, they would be raised in consciousness and we would be raised in consciousness simultaneously. And until those dynamics of shift in consciousness on their part and on our part were achieved, we would be in interactive dance with them, not defined by them and not trying to define them, not controlled by them and not trying to control them. In not judgment of ourselves and not in judgment of them. Without attachment, without aversion, with equanimity and inner peace at all moments.